Welcome to PCR TV, which is being filmed live at EuroPCR 2017. My name is Redwood and I'm an interventional cardiologist, and I'm being joined by my friends and colleagues Helga Moellmann from Germany and Stefan Toggweiler from Switzerland. Good afternoon. Today we're going to be discussing the growing clinical evidence of the Symetis ACURATE Neo transfemoral TAVI device. And I'm going to start just by asking you, Stefan, this device has some unique properties. Could you perhaps expand on that?
Yeah, so the Symetis ACURATE Neo is a self-expanding valve. It has porcine leaflets, it has a 19-hole frame, and the unique feature of it, or one of the unique features, is that it's released top-down. So we're actually going to open the upper part first, and then at the end we're going to release the bottom part. And this mechanism ensures an amazing stability during the implantation process.
And what's the relevance of it being supra-annular?
It is, as you said, it's supra-annular, and we will have very low gradients. Usually the mean gradient can be expected around 6, 7, 8 millimeters of mercury, and that's certainly a nice feature. Also, if you don't have a perfect, because it's a self-expanding valve, if you don't have a perfectly round annulus, the supra-annular valve will still be round, it will still work normally. So I think that's a very nice feature to have.
Excellent, thank you. And Helga, perhaps you could tell us about the data that we have available to support this device.
So the device was granted CE mark back in 2014 based on the CE mark trial with close to 90 patients. And afterwards, after CE mark, we started a registry with 1,000 patients, SAVI-TF registry. And we were just able to present the data on this registry at 12 months. And these are really compelling data. So the mortality at 30 days was very low. And likewise, it was below 10%. It was 8.4% at 12 months. And this is remarkable given that the patient population is still a high-risk population. So we are not talking about intermediate or low-risk patient, we are talking about high-risk patient. And given that, mortality in the single-digit range is really remarkable.
And although we don't have randomized data yet, how does that compare with the other valves?
We can of course compare the different registries. So all big players have registries with a 4-digit number of patients. And here the ACURATE Neo TF really nicely compares to the competitors. So we have a slightly lower mortality, but we have a very good rate on paravalvular leak, only 4%. Grade 2, there was no severe paravalvular leak, and therefore we have a very good comparison to the competitors.
Excellent. Now, one of the features of the valve, it seems to be a very low pacemaker rate. Can you perhaps let us know a little bit more about that? Why should that be?
Yeah, indeed, and it's very interesting considering that it's a self-expanding valve, and such valves have been associated with pacer rate around 20 up to 30%. And the Symetis ACURATE Neo I think it has a very nice balance of radial force. So most of the radial force is going to be applied to the annulus and to the calcified valve, and not so much to the LVOT. And together with 2 other centers, we have done a series aiming to really reduce the trauma potentially caused to the conduction system by choosing relatively safe, smaller balloons for pre- and post-dilatation. And with this strategy, we were able to achieve a pacer rate of 2.3% in a patient population of 175 patients. And that not only compares well to other TAVI devices, but it also compares very well to surgical aortic valve replacement.
Well, if anything, lower, it seems.
Could be lower,
yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Okay. And my understanding is that there's a next generation device which may be coming out soon, Helga.
Yeah, there's still one issue with all devices, and that's aortic regurg after the procedure. Although it's very low already with the current device, the company of course aims to further reduce it. And there will be a valve with an advanced seal technology in order to really reduce and perhaps prohibit aortic regurg completely. And we are about to enroll patients. At the current time point, we have 30 patients with very, very promising results. Not an increase in pacemaker rate, but a considerable decrease in aortic regurg.
Excellent, thank you very much. So today we've heard that there is growing evidence to support the Symetis ACURATE Neo transfemoral device. It has some unique properties. It's self-expanding, it's got stabilization arches, it's a supra-annular valve, so that's associated with lower gradients. There's minimal impingement on the left ventricular outflow tract, and that seems to be associated with a very low pacemaker rate, which compares very favorably to the other available valves and to surgical AVR. And it's also easy, predictable delivery, and generally you don't need to use pacing to deliver the valve. So thank you very much from EuroPCR 2017.